If you're thinking about making real money in 2025 selling digital products, I need you to please avoid the single greatest mistake you could make, which is please don't make your own course or digital product from scratch. You see, that's what most people do. And it's exactly why most people never make a single dollar online. Now, I can say that having done over 27 million in digital product sales in my own businesses and helping over 5,000 students along the way, I can confidently tell you that the fastest path to a $10, $20, $30,000 a month business with digital products is not making your own, but rather arbitraging other people's digital products. And I know you're thinking, Richard, I've always been told that I gotta make my own product, build my own personal brand, create a course, spend weeks or months building out modules, and make it perfect when perfect never is a thing. Stop. Let me tell you why from personal experience this is 3 fatal flaws. Number 1, this is gonna cost you months of your life before you ever sell your first sale. Second, it's gonna cost tens of thousands in investment in camera equipment and hiring people to build out the course. And 3, well, that's the killer I'll reveal later in this video. And after you go through all those efforts, you know what ends up happening? They quit before they even make their first sale. And listen, if you're nodding right now, because you've been in this situation, I'm telling you, having worked with thousands of students, that's why I recommend a completely different starting point. A starting point that was working so much more efficient. And let me tell you, regardless of whether you're currently in school, you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're a busy mom or dad, it doesn't matter. This works, period. And it's called digital arbitrage. And I'm telling you, it's one of the most scalable, fastest growing, high leverage business models I've ever seen. Now, here's how it works. First, you're going to arbitrage or promote someone else's digital product, a product that's already working really, really well. You're going to plug that into your own website funnel. Okay, website funnel, they mean the same thing. And you're going to use AI written content, scripts, and automations to sell that product. And every single time you make a sale, which it's going to be way more simple than you actually think, you're going to get paid anywhere from 20 to sometimes up to 80% per sale. I've seen people make $3,000 plus from every single sale. And I've personally had students go from 0 to 5 grand, 0 to 10 grand a month plus just selling these products.
About 5 or 6 months into it, I made about 40K.
Last month, which was my second month, I made like 20,400. I'm making 30K this month.
I made about $5,300 in the past 2.5 months.
Products, they don't have to make themselves, and they don't have to worry about customer service and fulfill on these products.
There's that huge fulfillment piece that needs to be fulfilled when you create a product yourself. But with the done-for-you product, all you have to do is get their foot in the door. It's all taken care of from there. So I don't have to personally do very much from that point on.
So let me show you what this looks like from a side-by-side comparison. On the left side here, you'll see you got to build your own, okay? That means you got to plan it, you got to film content, you got to build the tech, you got to write the emails, and hope and pray that it sells, okay? With digital arbitrage, the new way of going about this, what you do is you plug in a digital product that you've already found that you already know is selling like hotcakes. It's something that the market wants. Secondly, you don't write your own content. You use AI to actually write the content for you. And then you only have to focus on 2 things rather than juggling all these different hats. Number 1, you focus on the traffic side. How do you get attention to your business? And then secondly, you focus on conversion, which is, okay, well, now I get these people actually hitting my Instagram page, my TikTok page, my YouTube. How exactly do I turn those into customers? And every single time you make a sale, you make the commissions and you earn so much sooner. And the best part, you don't have to show your face, you don't have to make new content from scratch, and you don't have to take sales calls if that's not your thing. I've had students run these businesses completely faceless from their dorm rooms as university students. Now, just to give you some real examples, you could promote a $3,000 real estate mentorship teaching, Airbnb Section 8, that pays 20% commission, $600 per sale. You could pay a remote closing program teaching people how to become salespeople, $2,500, pays 40% per sale. I know a product that's $5,000 that teaches a body transformation system for losing weight. And there's even a product that's $6,000 that's a faith-based leadership program that helps people become better leaders and more faithful Christians. And I can tell you that these are real products that people are buying because I literally have coaching clients of mine that run these businesses. And what they need is people to send more referrals, send more traffic to them. And this is where you come in. You plug these products into your acquisition system, you sell them, and then you collect massive commission checks. So let's break down the math here. Let's say that you have a $500 product and it pays 50% commission. Okay, the link in bio, you'll literally see there's a software product called Allen AI. It's exactly that, pays 50% commission. You make 10 sales at $500, that's already 5,000 in sales, you make half of that, 2,500 in pure profit. You take a product that's $1,000 price point, 50% on that, that's 500 per sale. That means when you get to 10 sales, that's 5 grand in profit. This is how most students hit 10,000 per month, not by launching their own complicated product, by plugging in a product that's already working. Now, I know what you're thinking, is this some type of short-term cash grab, like just it's hot right now and then 1 year, 2 years down the line, it's not going to trend anymore? Not even close. Listen, I made the mistake 5 years ago by building out my own product. And to be honest with you, it was so messy. It took 3 months to launch. I was working hours on end outside of my 9 to 5 job because I was balancing this with my side hustle, and it took everything I had to launch my own product. And that's why today, for most beginners, I don't recommend starting the way that I did. Plug in a product that's already working by arbitraging it, then build consistent, strong cash flow through digital arbitrage, and then you can scale it from there. The key is you start by selling what's already working because you don't have to validate product market fit. Then you scale it with systems, content, sending direct messages, doing some calls if you want to do calls. Eventually you can set up a team to automate a lot of it for you, which by the way is what I teach in my one-on-one mentorship step by step. Now, I know what you're thinking, Richard, won't people ignore me because I don't have a big brand? Here's the thing, you don't need any following. I have students like Lila, who is working a 9 to 5 job, also going to grad school, and she did $5,000 in her second month doing this. And the craziest thing is, she had 300 followers. Most people were her coworkers, friends, and people that she grew up with. Alejandra, I'm on her 40s. She did a high-ticket $5,000 sale, and she has only 2,000 followers. You see, these people started just like you. No brand, no fancy website, no ads, just a phone, a plug-and-play website funnel, and the right digital product. Now, if this video sparks something in you, and you're tired of consuming content and you're ready to start building something real, I'd love to show you how to get started with digital arbitrage the right way. If you want help building this, you can apply for my one-on-one mentorship in the link in the description down below. Simply tap that link. It's going to take you to a page where you can fill in some application questions and apply to see if you're the right fit to work with myself and my team. But this is only for those who are serious about building something in 2025. And if not, no worries. But if this made sense for you, you're literally one click away from making this work. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.